Hey everyone, welcome back to Mesh Mind. In today's video, we are going to talk about two very important topics in embedded C. First is reg51.h header file and second is data types used in embedded programming. So let's get started. Reg51.h is a special header file that we include at the top of our program when we write code for 8051 microcontrollers. It contains predefined name for all special function registers like P0, Tcon, Tmod, IE, SBUF and many others. So instead of memorizing registers address, we can use simple names. For example, we can just write P1 is equal to 0xFF to send a value to port 1. That's why we write this line at the top of our embedded C program. Before we move on the data types, let's talk a moment to understand two very useful keywords from reg51.h. First is SFR and second is SBIT. SFR stands for Special Function Registers. These are memory location inside the microcontroller that controls things like timer, port, serial communication, interrupts and more. In embedded C, we use the SFR keywords to create or access an 8-bit register. We can see the example on the screen. Here we have defined a new name my port for address 0x90, which is actually port 1 of the 8051. So this is the same as writing P1. Second is S-bit. S-bit is used when we want to control or monitor a single pin of a port instead of all 8 pins together. We can see the example on screen. S-bit LED is equal to P1 cap 0. This line means we are assigning the name LED to pin 0 of port 1. Now you can easily turn on or off the pin using LED variable. It makes the code cleaner and easier to understand. Now let's talk about data types. These help the microcontroller understand what kind of data we are using. Let's go through the most commonly used data types one by one. First is char. Char is used to store a single character or a small number. We can see the example on the screen. Char temperature is equal to -20. This means we are storing the value -20 in a variable named temperature. But we can also use it to store a character like this. Char letter is equal to A. The range of char is from -128 to +127 because it's a signed 8-bit type. So second data types is unsigned char. Unsigned char stores only positive numbers from 0 to 255. We can see the example on the screen. Unsigned char voltage is equal to 250. This type is useful when we know the value won't be negative. Third data types is int. Int stands for integer. It stores whole number, positive or negative. On most 8051 compiler, it's a 2-byte 16-bit type. We can see the example on the screen. Int count is equal to -1000. Range of int is -32768 to +32767. Next data type is unsigned int. Unsigned int only stores positive whole number from 0 to 65535. We can see the example on screen. Unsigned int distance is equal to 5000. Next data type is long. Long is bigger integer. On most embedded system it is 4 byte 32 bits. Range of signed long is approximately, you can see on the screen. We can see the example on the screen. Long large value is equal to 200000. The next data type is float. Float is used to store decimal value like 3.14 or -0.01. In most 8051 compiler, float is also 4 byte 32 bits and supports value roughly from, you can see on the screen. We can see the example on the screen. Float pi is equal to 3.14. Use float when accuracy with decimal points is needed, like in temperature, speed, or analog readings. Alright, so now you have got a clear idea about reg51.h, how SFR and SBIT works, and what different data types are used in embedded C. In the next video, we will see about function and arrays in embedded C, how to write them, where to use them. So don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon for updates. Thanks for watching and we will see you in the next one only on Mesh Mind.